Hello everyone. Well, I was at a kind of a dilemma today. I went down to my hardware store and my intention was, I've had so much fun picking this Brinks. My intention was I had noticed that I've got a lot of master locks, but I don't have a master lock number 15, which is about the size. Get back, Sparky. Cat's trying to climb all over the place. And I didn't have a master lock number 15. Well, I looked at the price and it was like $24 or so. This was only $10. And I'm pretty sure this one's got more security pins in it than that master lock number 15 did. And I didn't want to spend $23 on a lock that I know is going to be easy to open. So I went to my Ace hardware store again. And I was going to get an Ace branded padlock. Roughly the same size as this one, because they're so much fun to pick. And yesterday I'd gotten this, also this disc lock Ace right here. It's hiding around right here behind this one. And I got it because this little Brinks, I had to learn a lot about tension on it to get it open. This one I ambitiously tried to do an out of the package pick open, and I wasn't able to get it, so I haven't uploaded that video yet. I will if anybody's interested in failure videos, but I'll get this one open eventually. But today, like I said, I was going to go get them, and also at the Ace Hardware, they carry a lot of master locks also, and it was about the same price, slightly cheaper, $22.99 or something for a master lock. This one was only like $13, $13 or $14, and it's a 60 millimeter. And without further rambling on, because it might take me a while to open it, I might not even be able to open it, because I'm going to try single pin picking it. I'll get this in the camera here. They only had this one left too, which is another reason why I wanted to buy it, because you don't know how long it takes them to restock this stuff. And if you buy out the last one, maybe they'll restock with a newer model if they've got a newer model. Who knows? So this is a laminated steel double locking. Doesn't say ball bearing, so it's probably a Paul. The tolerances on these are usually fairly tight on these Ace locks, making them unshimmable a lot of times. So here we go. What is our bitting on it? We don't have much of a choice. Alright, one is high and then two lows, and it's protecting these. It's a 5-pin. Let's look at the specifications. Pick resistant 5 pins. Pry resistant, cut resistant. Smooth operating brass cylinder in there. Maximum pick resistance. Okay, so what is 6 pins in? If 5 pin is maximum pick resistance, huh? Oh, I ask you that. Above max? The way they label things, that one was maximum security, so I'm going to try a bottom of the keyway, and usually it's a large one. I'm going to start off trying to single pin pick it with a Peterson Gem in 18 thousandths. I notice I like the profile of the standard hook better than a gem. A gem is more like a cross between a hook and a diamond, but a lot of people like them. And as with sorry, I'm trying to pick and figure out what I'm going on. I'm way back there and trying to see if this I can get a false set basically. And I'm not even sure, sorry, I don't even have that where people can see it. I'm not even sure if I'm getting the tension set correctly. I didn't look at anything yet. Sorry. That is kind of annoying having that key in there rattling around. This is a heavy sucker, and it may take me a while to pick it. Let me switch over to I got all my other. Let's just try and see if it's rakeable. I have two intentions with raking it. One is if I get it open fine. But the other one is like I've seen other people do in competitions and stuff. They rake it to get a false set. And once you get it there, I've got a false set. And it's really stuck. The pick is really stuck. I mean, oh, this is my, it's a regular Bogota. I can't get this out. Wow. I believe I still have a false set. It's all shiny. Look at that. My fingerprints are all smeared on there. So, if I got a false set, that means we got security pins, or I picked the standard pin in order. Ooh, wow. Don't think we're going to need that deep of a hook. I'm just looking over here for my dropping things. It's alright, I got a magnet. Magnets come in handy to find stuff that you've dropped. I don't want to take forever. I'm trying to get to my damn hooks, so I grabbed this one just out of convenience. Looks like maybe a Euro profile sparrows. Ooh, and that one right there, it feels like it's about, I got a click out of it. It felt like a spool. I believe pin 4. So I'm just going back down the stack. I got counter rotation, but I didn't get an open. I just got a click out of it. I'm trying to find anybody. Like, I was watching Boston and Bill, one of Boston Bill's videos, and he goes, I'm looking for the pins will talk to you, and I'm looking for the pin that will talk to you. Well, they talk to you through your attention bar usually, or your pick. And in my case, it was the tension bar, because when I pushed up on it, it pushed back. So unless you're levering on the tension bar, which I do sometimes, that usually means that you've encountered. Ooh, I was just pulling that back out, and I think I kept my false set. So I'd like to single pin pick this one open on camera, but it took me a while with that Brinks. I think I got tired of it and I Bogotá'd it open, and this one I almost Bogotá'd. Ooh, I got my false set back again. Look at that. I've got quite a bit of tension on this, but I can always let up when I find the one that's binding and pushing back, and it feels like it's pin 3. Nope, I got a click though. I was easing up tension, and so this one's going to be a fun pick. I would have liked to have gotten it on camera as an opening. Maybe this will be part 1, 2, and 3. You know, if you watch a lot of YouTube videos, which I didn't get a chance to do any picking videos of my own this week. I was too busy working, and I didn't get a chance. In my spare time, I just try to relax and rest. Pretty exhausting. I'm going to let that go and come back and reset it. So, oh, now see, I just wiggled the pick around, and I got a turn on the core and an almost trap of the pick. So I'm going to go back here and try to find somebody that, and I haven't even really looked at the bidding, but usually the first pin 1 is usually high. See how that is? They're usually high, and then they can drop down to low, which in this case it does. And then medium. I believe the lowest cut would probably be into the warding, you know, just because you can't go much further than, although I've seen some challenge locks where they go pretty deeply. So I'm at 9 minutes, unless I get, I got a little bit more turn on the core. This is going to be an unsuccessful one, it looks like. Never count yourself out until the timer goes down, but I'm at 9:44, and I don't want to go over 10 minutes on an unsuccessful video. Sometimes you do get a success after 10 minutes, but My advice for those who are trying to upload and do videos on their own is keep it under 10 minutes. That way it keeps it entertaining for people, and you don't have as much problem with uploading and all that stuff. But I mean, if you can put more than that, that's fine. Sometimes it takes that long. But I'm just trying to limit myself to, if I don't get it open in 10 minutes, then start over. It won't be an out-of-the-packet pick, but, you know, as long as you get it open eventually. So right now this guy's winning. I'm going to set him down. That's also because I don't have it in a vise in my hands. My hands are cramping right up through here. Of course, I got fiberglass that's been jabbing me all over again. But there you go, Ace Hardware, 60mm laminated padlock. Should be fairly easy for people that single pin pick. That's like the lowest one, and it's in the middle of the keyway, but I'll put it in a vise later on and mess with it. So right now I have 3 locks that I have not opened, 2 aces, and this master lock 930. The only problem is I haven't messed with this 930 that much, but the last time I gutted it, I jacked it up a little bit in the gutting process because I wasn't using a core shim, which I should have been, and my follower allowed the pins to drop and stuff. So we had a little fiasco, and I think that when I reassemble it, one of the pins that I put in the spring is not as strong. So sorry, we got 12 minutes of me not opening a single lock, and that's the way it goes sometimes. This one I managed to put back together. I was tempted to buy another one of these because they had some more of them in there, and I don't, you know, this one has a core missing, but I wanted to have a little variety in my, you know, if you got a big Brinks you're having fun with, why not a big Ace? And once again, these are roughly the same price range. This one's a little bit more expensive. I'm dropping picks and tension bars everywhere. But they're at least American, you know, Ace hardware type locks. Are not available over in Europe. And so they're a novelty to European people that watch this. I bet British are probably thinking it's funny calling them European, but that's what they are. They're European. I'm part British also myself, so I was born there, so I can make fun of British people. Not really making fun of them. They're a nice group of people. I mean, if you get to know people in the lock-picking community, many of them are British, and they're very nice people. Very generous and very kind and considerate most of the time. There we go. So Ace is defeating me with these 2 right now, and I'm going to spend my Saturdays trying to mess with them and getting at least one of these 3 open. In the meantime, don't count out these Brinks because they're very fun to pick open. This one has taught me about like spools. It's really fun to open. The counter rotation goes pretty far back, and then once you get it, bam, the lock opens up. And that's on pin 1 on that one, when you get the binding order correct. Of course, it's rakeable and bogatable and all that, but that's not as much fun as single pin picking, which I'm trying to do right now. And not having as much success. So, I shall bore you no longer. Look, I took several minutes explaining shit and not even getting anything open, but that's how it goes sometimes. That's the way it goes on my videos.